Good afternoon, P1 students. How are you today? Today is Monday and it's the 27th of April, 2020. So today we are going to review all the properties of paper, wood, metal, and plastic. And why are we doing this? Because for your task, assessment 2 of 2, you are going to use this one. So teacher is just going to review all of so these are the materials that are asked for task 2, and then here are its properties. So when we see a property again, what is a property again? So when we say a properties of materials, it is a distinguishing qualities that can tell you about that certain material. Like for example, you can mention about its size, what else? Its shape, you can say about the temperature, you can say about its weight. So those are things that can describe about a certain thing. Okay, so now the materials that I the properties that I have written here is we have sink, float, strong, hard. Remember hard is when it's not really hard that's hard, but it's how a material can be scratched. It can be stretched easily or not. And then we have flexible ability of a certain material to bend, or you can twist it, or you can fold it. And then is it see-through, meaning, remember the word transparent, it will allow you to see clearly what's behind that certain object. And then translucent is like you can see a little bit of what's behind that object, and opaque is that you cannot see there because the light cannot see, or it will not pass through the object. And then is it heavy, is it light, is it smooth, is it rough, is it shiny or not shiny? So again, you can also add about the size. How big is it? Big, is it small, is it tall, is it short, and how heavy it is. Okay, so now let's review. Paper, we all know that paper can float, right? So check. But sometimes if paper will get soaked, it becomes so wet, then it can sink. But more likely paper will float. So teacher will just check the word float unless you will describe or tell me that it's wet and then it can sink because it's soaked, and then it will go down. And then when we say strong, is paper strong? Not so strong, right? So not very strong. So you can say not strong compared to wood and what? Metal. Hard. Is it hard? Not hard. Is it flexible? Can you bend, fold, or twist a paper like this notebook? Yes, very flexible. So I can put here, paper is very flexible. Is it see-through? Can you see what's behind the paper? No. So see-through, put an X. Is it heavy? Is it light? It can be both depending on how big the paper is or how much paper are in there, right? So if let's say for example, books are made of paper, right? So for example, if I will just put one book, this book is light. But if there are many books, then it's gonna be heavy. So depending on the amount or the weight of a certain thing. Okay, so it can be heavy, it can be light. So double check for here. It can be heavy, it can be light. Is it smooth? Well, some books or some paper are smooth, but some are also rough, right? Like especially the cardboard ones. So I can put it here, check, double check, because it can be smooth or it can be rough. Is paper shiny? No. So X. Alright, so how about wood? Wood can sink? No, right? Can it float? Yes. Is it strong? A little bit strong if you compare it to paper. So you can say a little bit strong. So there's no more space. I'll just make it like this. Is it hard? We can say medium hard. Not so hard compared to medium hard. Not so hard compared to the metal. Remember when we scratch a wood, the toy alligator and the scissor, the one that gets scratched more is the wood. And then is it flexible? A little bit flexible, because some wood, like plywood, like this kind, you can bend it a little bit like this. You see? You can bend it a little. So I would say that wood is less flexible, meaning not very flexible. Is it see-through? Can you see what's behind the wood? No. Is it heavy? Is it light? Well, same as the paper, depending on the weight or the amount or the quantity, the number. So heavy, it could be light. Is it smooth? Some, yes. Some also are rough. Is it shiny? No. Okay, how about metal? Metal can sink? Yes, most metal can sink. Will it float? I haven't tried the aluminum ones, but I feel like metals will sink. So I will put X for float. Is it strong? Very, very strong. Is it hard? Yes, very hard. Is it flexible? Some metals are flexible, like this, especially if it's a thinner one, like this one. This earring, like the hook here, the hook, if I bend it, pull it up, I can pull it up. See? So it's flexible, but the ones that are thick ones, then it's not flexible unless you will use heat or other tools to to flex it. So I would say less flexible, not very, not compared to paper. Is it see-through? Can you see through a metal? No. X. Is it heavy or is it light? It could be heavy, it could be light. Check, check. Is it smooth? Is it rough? Some metal are smooth, some also are rough. So double check for that. Is it shiny? Yes, you can even see yourself in it, like this one. A lemon squeezer. So if I look here, it's shiny. It shines. And then I can even see myself in it. Alright, so next, plastic. Plastic can sink or can float. Well, depending on how dense the plastic is, some plastic will sink. Sink, and some plastic will float. Is it strong? Is plastic strong? Yes, it is, but not very strong. I would just say medium strong. How about hard? Is it hard? Not very hard, because when you scratch, well, depending on what material you scratch it. If you scratch a plastic and a paper, then the paper will likely get scratched most, right? Or more. So I would say plastic, not so hard. But if you compare plastic to paper, so plastic will be harder than the paper. But if you compare plastic and metal, then it's not, right? So metal is more harder than plastic. Is it flexible? Yes. Very flexible, but some plastic that are thick, you can flex it, but not much. But most likely plastic, like the plastic bags, very flexible. Like this one, you can still flex it. And then we have, is it see-through? Is plastic see-through? Some plastics are see-through, so I'm just gonna put check here, because most of the plastic are see-through, like the clear ones. Is it heavy? Is it light? Yes, it can be heavy, it can be light, it can be smooth, it can be rough. And is it shiny? No, it is not shiny. Alright, so again, these are the materials, and these are its what? Properties. Okay, I hope you learned something today, and I hope you remember, because maybe tomorrow or on Thursday I'm going to give you your assessment tool too. Alright, goodbye and thank you.